I'm going to start with collar. So we're going to take the material first and cut it. See, what we're going to do is that we're going to have the this side, the material, this side, the inside side will now be lining or the material. So it depends on you, the designer. It's either lining or material. So let's just say for me, I like using the two sides as lining and material. So you take material, you fold it into two, because the measurement of the collar doesn't start immediately. You just have to fold it comfortably into two. I'm going to fold it into 4. If not, you would have taken it, you'd done one, then cut lining to do the other one. Cut lining, fold it into 2, place it on top, so that as you're cutting one, you're cutting the other. But this time around, we're just going to fold this into 2, because it's going to be my cloth and my lining. So I'm going to fold it into 2 and fold it into 2 again. If not, it's going to be this cloth and the lining will be on top of it. But this is how I like it, because I love that neat finishing. So after folding into 2, you're going to draw as if you are drawing a flare cut. You know, a flare cut now comes, if you are taking your tape, you would actually take the tape like this. So, but this one, you're going to use free hand. Now, this bishop cut, it depends on how you want it to stand. Some people will want it to come like this, just normal. Some people will want it to curve, so that the neck, the top of the neck will be really thin and here will be normal wide. So it depends on how you want it to turn out. If you want it to turn out like this, you will make the curve to be more. If you want it to turn out like this, you will make the curve to be less. That is, the more the curve, the curved, the curvier the flare, practically. So if you want it to be more curved, then let's just say this is your paper, you curve it more. If you want it to be straighter, you curve it less. Let's do by example. So for this now, I want it to be curved more. So I'm going to take and curving it. Now, if you want the curve to be less, it's now going to be straighter. Whatever it is, this is the one I'm using. After that, after getting this your base curve, you get your height. That height also depends on you. It depends on how high you want the collar to be or how small the collar will be. The normal length size of collar is 2.5 inches here. The 2.5 inches includes the allowances, which is half inch on top, half inch at the bottom. That's the normal collar size, 2.5 inches. So let's just say 2.5 inches. We don't want it too high, we don't want it too low. So let's leave it 2.5. This 2.5, I'm going to come, follow this curve, and be giving my 2.5. Until I get here. So I'll cut this out now. As I told you before, it is any measurement. It's not sharp. You just make sure that it's just big enough. So after I do this, I'm going to mark the outside. I'm going to look at it too to know which one will be nicer for front, or which one will be nicer for the lining. I think this will be nicer for the front, that's for the thing to show, and this will be nicer for the lining. So I'm going to mark it more. This one that I'm going to use for the front, that's as the main material, this is going to be lining. I'm going to put Este here. And gum. Then this one that I marked for the lining, I'm going to put normal paper stay here. And after I put the paper stay here, turn it, iron it, paper stay everywhere, turn, iron, I'll place them front kissing front, and I'll sew the top. So let me do now and sew the top, and I'll get back to you. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to sew it 1/2 inch now, the top of it. After sewing the top of it, I'm going to notch. After notching, I'll open it and I will now match my lining. Remember, this is my lining, this is what I chose to be the real cloth. I'll come here, I'll match on the lining. Remember, the lining has paper stay. On my lining, I'm going to increase here. On the matching, I'm going to increase here to 4, so it will come out bigger and nicer. Remember that here you come put inside, right, in the matching. I turn here. I iron this back so that when I'm ironing, this place is a little bit thin coming outside. Can you see that? So I'll iron. Ironing now. After ironing, I'm going to turn this here into 2. I'm going to notch the middle. Come back to my material where I want to fix the neck. This is the middle of it. Come here, I'll start tracing here. Tracing to where I need to sew it to. Okay? So when I get here, I'm going to mark it. With this mark now, I'm going to now mark it 1/2 inch on top, because remember 1/2 inch is for the turning now, right? So this is it. You can decide to mark it straight, you can decide to curve. Anyone, it depends on you. After marking it, this is the original mark. This is 1/2 inch for sewing. And then you cut. So now this is your collar. For this inside part here, we're going to fold here 1/4 inch in, 1/4 inch inside here with iron. When I finish folding it, I'll get back to you. So now I finished folding it. I'm going to go back now and turn so that I would sew this place again. So that I will sew here down and the other place too down. That's my edges. So I'm going to start from like 1/2 inch. You see, now I've joined both ends. Why I started from 1/2 inch is so that there will be a little opening here. You see, there's a little opening here. It's not starting to press here inside. I'll show you why you will start this one. I'm trying to cut my thread so that it will be neater. So we're now going to take here, and this is my front. So remember, front kissing front, okay? Take here and sew. I want to say something. This is a one layered dress. So if it's a 2-layer dress, like it has this and the lining, then you won't need to fold this inside. It will be straight up and you will just match it. You just match it so that when you put this one inside and turn the neck. But since it's a 1-layered top, that's why we're doing this so delicately, so that it will become neat and all that. So we're going to pick this neck. I was sewing here, front kissing front. So we're going to sew 1/2 inch. After sewing the 1/2 inch, it will be like this. We'll come here to the back of it, and then we'll sew here 1/4 inch round. So let's go and sew the 1/2 inch so that you will understand. Now we've sewn the 1/2 inch here. After sewing the 1/2 inch here, turned, we'll use our hand to be putting here inside, and we'll come here. We'll now march on this line down. After marching on this line down, it will indirectly be sewing on this place. You know, remember you folded here 1/4 inch. After folding the place 1/4 inch, you sewed here 1/2 inch. So meaning that there was a 1/4 inch place to be played with. So after matching here down, it will indirectly be matching on this 1/4 inch. So this is the collar. I put this extra something, don't mind me. I put this extra lace on it so that it will turn out to be fine. So this is the collar of the dress.